prepare the work, what do we need? First of all, we need to prepare the skin. We will use alcohol-free antiseptic solutions, for example, chlorhexidine 0.05%. Later on, we will need post-procedural bepanthen, which relieves inflammation and performs the function of occlusion, where we will prevent the entry of secondary infection. In the future, if you have done a test impulse of current to the client, and the procedure is very uncomfortable for the individual sensitivity or for peace of mind, both for you, the technician, and for your client, we can recommend anesthetic painkillers in the form of a cream or gel under the application of a tape. It can be, for example, cream gel with lidocaine, as well as a preparation without lidocaine, because lidocaine as a concentrate can, of course, cause an allergic reaction for some clients. So please, pay attention to this, dear specialists. The exposure of anesthesia itself is performed, depending on the brand with which you will work, from 20 to 40 minutes. Later, we shoot all anesthetic cream textures or gel textures with sterile cotton pads. That is, you can prepare a sterile box with cotton pads and napkins. We take it all off again. We use chlorhexidine, the one we showed for preliminary preparation, to soak with dry wipes. We will continue to perform electrolysis procedures on dry skin. You will also need rubber gloves. Something that is available in every office, of course, is a mask. And for the comfort of the procedure, we also use a working tray where you will have sterile needles, which will help you work with both hypersensitive skin and all types of hair. The needles are presented with a K base. This is very important, which you should pay attention to when buying them. And they come in two types, shuer. The needle is silver or steel. It comes with a nickel alloy. And some clients, maybe after the first or second session, you will notice allergic reactions. So in this case, you will use a gold needle. And due to the gold covering, it is considered hypoallergenic. On the back of the needles, under the applicator, you will see the abbreviation of the base. It comes with the foundation, both one needle and the other. And the number next to the letter K will guide you in terms of hair size. And of course, you will choose the size of the needle itself. K2, K3, for example. Next, a working tray is presented for the comfort of manipulations. It is in every office, as well as sterile tweezers, which you can soak, heat treat in autoclaves, dryers. They can be either rectangular or beveled. In practice, I will show you in more detail what a sterile bag looks like, especially with the date of sterilization, with the date of opening the package and the signature of the specialist who performed these manipulations. And in order to make the procedures comfortable for both the specialist and the client, because the eyes of the specialist are a very important organs. Connecting the N-01 Ultimate Apple device, we need a wire to the network and a switch on the back of the device. We also launch the interface on the side surface. The working interface lights up. The sensor reacts to the rubber gloves. We connect the enter button and we have 3 types of currents fully represented. The first is thermolysis. This is a direct current that thermally heats the hair follicle and removes it. This method of electrolysis is much more convenient because it will be as fast as possible in terms of speed. The next step is electrolysis. This will be direct current. Unlike thermolysis, a chemical reaction is carried out. Hydrochloric acid is used to remove the growth area of the hair follicle. This method is more comfortable and is suitable for removing both deeper hairs and more superficial ones. And the blend is the third type of power supply that removes all unwanted hair completely in one pulse, where the removal will be presented. So let's go into more detail in the settings later. Next, in the consumables section, we will present a handpiece where you will completely fix the needle into the black nozzle. Unscrew 3 to 4 turns, insert the needle. There are also 2 types of passive electrodes. The first one is like a bracelet, or the second one, if the procedure is carried out for the shortest possible time and the client is comfortable holding it in his hand, we can hold the passive electrode completely in the hand with the palm of the hand. Under the passive electrode, if the barrier function of the skin is very high, powerful, we can fix a moistened cotton pad or a napkin soaked in electrolyte water, like saline or separable water, and fix the bracelet or passive electrode to the arm. The passive electrode allows us to work with any thickness of hair, with any barrier function. And this allows us to better conduct the current into the tissue to the maximum depth, so that the procedure is as comfortable as possible. The main thing is the most effective. And for manual pulse delivery, setting up the delivery of working current pulses, there is a clip cord, a foot pedal, where you will press the foot pedal for each pulse. Let's move on to the settings for the types of power supply itself: thermolysis, electrolysis, and blend. The most common type is thermolysis because it is the fastest. There are 2 modes of current supply in the Ultimate N-01. This is automatic. Without a foot pedal, we will use the intervals of each pulse. With the interval button, delay, which shows us at what interval time the current will be applied with the intensity and hair type settings. And there is also a manual mode. Where you can use the automatic mode, which is already deactivated, is activated every time the needle is inserted. We will press the pedal every time and focus on our speed personality. Manual mode is much more convenient for specialists who are just starting to perform electrolysis procedures. The second important step in setting up is to choose the hair type. Silk is for coarse hair. Thin is for fine hair. Normal. Next is medium in terms of thickness and length, and the large is thick, bristly hair that is pathological. Intensity is, of course, the total power, and of course, the output energy, which will result in the procedure. And you will adjust it based on the depth of the hair follicle. The higher the intensity, the maximum is 100 units. The deeper the pulse will be located. Therefore, for those hairs where they will be located deeper, and these are usually all hormonal hairs, it is recommended to set the setting from 70 to 100 units. The thinner the skin and hair is, the better, more superficial. We set the intensity lower, of course. We reduce the values from 30 to 70. And thus, we select the type of hair we are going to work with by size. And then we press the Start button, Settings, you're ready to go. To work, for example, with thermolysis, to remove pathological hairs on the lower legs in our demonstration model today, we select the hair type. They are deeper. The delay button is deactivated, because in manual mode we will have to press the pedal every time. We set the Start button so that our function is activated and we will perform manipulation on steel needles with tweezers. we are going to treat the antiseptic solution with an alcohol-free chlorhexidine solution. And pat dry with a dry cloth to keep the skin surface as dry as possible. Next, we need to fix the passive electrode. For this manipulation, we moisten the cotton pad with a liquid for better conductivity and put the passive electrode on the arm. And then we put it on, holding the bracelet tightly. First of all, we will start when the hair is as deep as possible. You can use the needle straight or bend it at an angle of 30 to 45 degrees, like this. Both manipulations are performed exactly the same way. In this case, we will use with an angle of 10 to 15 degrees. And we fix the skin according to the triangle rule. The left hand is the fixing hand, the right hand is the instrument hand. The handpiece is held between the middle index finger, and the tweezers will be held between the index and thumb. We fix the tissue, check the direction of the hair where it grows, and at the same time, merging with the needle as much as possible, we will inject our needle into the follicular canal. The skin should be smooth and no puncture should be felt. The needle should enter as calmly and easily as possible. Press the pedal. Wait for the second beep to indicate the end of the pulse. Pull out the needle and extract the hair itself. To select a different type of removal current for electrolysis hair, press the back button. Choose electrolysis instead of thermolysis, manual mode to control the foot pedal. The hair type will be large, and the settings will be the same. The maximum intensity will be -2. If we select the hair type, the pulse time is automatically adjusted depending on the current and hair type. Therefore, your main goal is, of course, to choose the current strength according to the depth of the hair follicle. In this case, according to the individuality of our client, we choose -1.8. When the skin reacts to electrolysis, you may see a white foam. You should not be afraid of this. It is the reaction of hydrochloric acid, because there is an alkaline reaction of hair removal, the so-called chemical reaction. Therefore, the procedure is comfortable in terms of skin reaction. There may be slight redness, folliculitis, and this is normal, or a feeling of warmth, a little bit like scratching the skin. You want to scratch it, unlike thermolysis. And we go on like that. Remove all the hairs. The recommended length for hair removal. For clear fixation with tweezers, 3 to 5 millimeters is recommended. On the eve of the procedure, you can also recommend that your clients have a gentle gommage that does not damage the skin. It just removes the stratum corneum from the dead cells so that the mouth of the follicular canal can be seen, and you can see where you need to insert the needle. And the entrance itself is adaptive. It will be very comfortable and convenient for the specialist, and of course for the client's sensations. And you can see that electrolysis does not give us a bright reaction. The skin is absolutely calm, where we have just performed the manipulation.
Do you need the whole energy?
For post-procedure treatment, we use an alcohol-free chlorhexidine solution to both antisepticize and prepare the skin for the application of an anti-inflammatory agent. The skin reacted calmly. We see some mild redness, but no follicular swelling. Next, we apply bepanthen. An analog of bepanthen is dexpanthenol, pantostine, or any anti-inflammatory agent that you use from professional brands. At the end of the procedure, what recommendations do we give to the client? First of all, it's not to get wet for 12 hours. We don't recommend baths, saunas, tanning beds, physical activity while there is an inflammatory reaction. Of course, this is up to 3 days. If you use perfumes, cosmetics, creams, or some kind of foundation, we do not use it on the area where we treated it as long as there is an inflammatory reaction. As a rule, this is 12 to 48 hours. Antiseptic treatment with alcohol-free disinfectants is recommended from 1 to 6 times a day. If there is an anti-inflammatory reaction to the product, we can add topical bacterial agents. The first one can be bactrobin, niacin, levomycin. plus antiseptic aqueous solutions. In the future, we use SPF protection from 30 to 50 units. And of course, the intervals between treatments are recommended once a month. And of course, if the client cannot shave only with a machine, we can keep this interval between procedures from 7 to 14 days. The course procedure consists of 10 to 15 sessions. Therefore, the removal of unwanted hair will give results of high quality, safe, and of course, prolonged action. Therefore, I wish you success in your work. If you have any questions, please contact me for modular training. See you soon.